Fiddler update, Danny Boy here, back with more Transport Fever on the modded map, and just a quick update. My flight to go offshore this morning was cancelled, so I came home and started on the rework of the lines and the rework of the map. So if you look over here in Scandinavia that I've not touched yet, there are still some passengers, but all the trains are gone. All these lines will be deleted or demolished and they'll be reworked. Now I've managed to finish the UK. It taken several hours, but in here we now have 3 crude trains on the go. I'm not sure why there's nothing for that line. Which one is crude train 3? That one. So as before, we've got these are now carrying 270 each. They've all got their different logos. I think that one's SO, this one is BASF, and this one is AVA. They're running down here to there. We've got all the trains up and running again. So I've just sort of like redid this section, redid this part here. I don't actually need these depots anymore, and if I need to send fuel anywhere else I can use this. Now this is the London fuel train here. It now carries 225. I think there's one coming back just now. So crude train, this is Dublin fuel, this is Cardiff fuel. I have set the trucks up again. I'm sure there was a train coming through here. Did I not see a train? No, there's just one there. So if it's this. Okay, this is the London fuel train here. So we've got this sort of bigger loco on here because it's carrying a bit more. This line here is actually the Great Britain to France fuel line. You see they've got the Total carriages there. Probably be better looking at a train further down if we get this one. So it's carrying crude to the oil refinery in France. I've double headered this in because it's got a bit further to go, so it needs to keep its speed up. So there's that. All lines, train lines and stuff in Britain have been reworked. So here, this lines here are one going from Edinburgh to London, which is our Flying Scotsman. Here it is there. There's no one on it just now. This is the cow train. This has been changed up as well. I've basically tried to mark everything as flat as possible, which is a real challenge considering how this map is. It's very, very uneven. So we've got a double-headed little tank engines carrying grain here. They're carrying 220. And we've got the bigger loco on here. I've got one old school green Great Western, and I think I made the other one black. If I can find it, it's probably in a tunnel, or it might not be. Here it is, black. These food trains are all black, so we've got a few food train going to Dublin, Cardiff, and one to Edinburgh. We've got the trucks heading into London. If we head back down to Edinburgh, here is our little branch line train. It's the little Great Western that was used on Welsh railways. So he's now carrying 120. I did try to upgrade this airport, but it was not to be. But I've got a plan. I can leave it as dirt runway, and then I've got a few planes that will be coming out that are like turboprop planes. So we'll use them for the dirt runway. We won't do nothing stupid like bit jets or 747s or anything down it. So this is starting to look much better. It's a lot flatter. The lines look a lot neater. some of the lines are still the same. This fuel line and this Welsh coal line, this line here and this line here are still the same. Here's the other Edinburgh train. We've got the Mallard, the Class A4 running back and forth from Edinburgh to Dublin, and we have the same going from Cardiff to London. So they're actually starting to pick up again. I pretty much lost all the passengers. We've skipped through about 2 years. Here is the Dublin food train. So that's pretty much it this side of the UK. That's all the trains. All these lines have been reworked. I won't have to do them again. I just need to make sure that when I put in new lines, it'll be neater, or try to keep them as neat as possible. This train here, the Dublin to London branch train, is it's a Great Western as well, but it's not the one that we use. It's not the Welsh one. It's slightly bigger, slightly faster. I decided to go with that because it has to go uphill for the journey from Dublin to London. So weirdly, people are actually starting to use these Atlantic liners. 15 now. Strange. We've got the Dublin to Cardiff branch train, which again is another one of these Great Westerns. The sort of Welsh, oh, I hate it when it does that. The sort of Welsh Great Western. The unit was used on Welsh railroads. There we go. So he's the same as the Cardiff to Edinburgh train. They are pretty much exactly the same. Heading out of Dublin, I am going to have a line. I'm going to use this line, and this is going to come from Dublin and probably go up round to Paris. We've got the Dutch train. This is the train from Amsterdam to Dublin, which does not actually exist. You'll see in the background I've got this. I'll show you these in a minute. So we've got British coaches on there. There's no any Dutch coaches, unfortunately, but we've got 2 of these running back and forth. And if we go to Amsterdam, here is the other end in the opposite direction, which is far. Oh, they're both in tunnels. Oh no, but they're almost out of the tunnels. Okay, right. Pause. Here is another NS Class 100, Class 1001. Again with more British coaches, just a different colour this time. So they're heading. It was nigh impossible to get a straight flat line here because it's on a hill, but most of the uphill happens in the tunnel, so you don't really see it, so it just looks a bit better. Upgraded the Amsterdam airport, upgraded the one in London, which is a real nightmare because it's basically on the edge of a cliff. This is the London to Paris train, so that's going from London to Paris. We've got 2 of them, and we'll have a look in here. We've still got our flights, so San Francisco, Beijing, all the rest. That's got 0. When I was rebuilding this, I had to play through a bit, and I noticed that this train, this forward loop line train had like 40 people on it. It had like a full load. But I think that's because there was no buses, because I got rid of all the buses and did little tweaks to some of the stations and stuff like that. So let's have a look. In fact, we've got our trams again. There's 5 trams. If I go in here, so these are the trains. We've still got the loop line trains. They're still on the go. Keeping these 2, there's no point replacing them because they're replacing the Hiawatha's. That's the intercity lines in America will not be touched. Welsh coal. So we've still a lot of lines to do. We've got these. All the ones in Britain are basically done and dusted. I'll probably head over to Scandinavia next and then rework that just so it's a bit neater, and so when I come to place lines in the future they're not a complete nightmare. And it's not just a, well, it still is a sort of mess of lines everywhere, but they're much more efficient now. So that is that. I think this is our Flying Scotsman. It is. Right, now I was going to go into here. Right. The buses. Inner city buses I've replaced with these nae sure if they're called Sugarland, it says on the side there. That's definitely nae British, but there's nae another British bus, and I didn't want to put London buses on all the places in Britain. I just wanted to save them for London. So we've got these running, and we'll head to a depot in a minute. And I've got the fuel and food trucks. I've just set 5 on each line just now, and I'll keep an eye on them. If I need to add more or reduce it, hopefully it'll be a bit easier now that I've started afresh again. But we've got the Cardiff to Dublin bus. These are basically these, but with the trailer on it. That's not really great because we're clipping through a few vehicles have been eaten. So this holds 25. The traffic in these cities is absolutely atrocious, and that's what sort of holds up the vehicles. So let's head down. Again, Dublin buses, this Sour Duck 5 we'll say, and then we've got 5 trucks on each line. Edinburgh bus is the same. Edinburgh food and fuel is the same. We've got Edinburgh to Cardiff bus, and Edinburgh Oslo bus I've already sort of set up, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't want 11. These have probably all got 25 now. Yes, they do. Pretty much 25. Okay. Popular service, these buses, because if you check the AI, people that walk about and check their details, it tells you what they prefer, whether it's expensive transport, faster transport, cheap transport. In London we've got the Route Master, so appropriately we've got the London bus in London. Let's say a look. London food I've put 10 on there because they are quite busy. London to Dublin bus I've added, and London Edinburgh bus I have added as well. Now they're probably, it's an extremely long journey, so I would say it's their first time actually hitting the other side. So we'll go to trams. Only the trams in the UK have been done. So that's pretty much where we're at so far. I never deleted any of the planes or any of the ships. They are still very much in existence. I've just upgraded the airports as best as I can. We have got new planes. I will upgrade some of these. Some of these will be quite old. Like if I take Berlin to Boston, 17 years. I'm not sure how long the planes actually live for. Capacity from, oh no, it doesn't actually tell you. Lifespan 20 years, so we'll have to replace most of these soon. That's got a lifespan of 40 years. 25, 40, 40. There is no new planes, just the Iberia livery, which we'll use at some point. The freight planes, these haven't been unlocked yet, so we're not going to use them just yet. If I head to, I think I've deleted every single train depot, because I've just been sort of, no, I maybe have not. Is this a train depot? It is. Right, buy trains, there we go. We'll have a look in here. So locomotives, we'll go down and the last thing that unlocked, I think, during an episode. There was all these German trains. We had the Alcos, we had the Great Westerns, that, this, and them two. Them four even. We had that, and we had these two, and then we had these three. That. Right, this was unlocked. These Fairbanks Morse Train Masters, I'm going to be using them in America. Another Russian diesel. This one is the same as the one before, but it's just it's a lot more powerful. The New Haven Alco, so we'll be using that. This is like a European variant, but I was going to use it to run passengers from Paris to London, and I downloaded a mod to give it the Amtrak livery, and I reckon it would get it off. So we can't use it. I'll use it all in America somewhere. We've got these little things. We've got the New Haven other Alco, and this New Haven, and this Renfrey 316 Amarillo. Right, let's go to passengers. Wagons that were unlocked were just sort of these two here. One's German, the other is Russian. So we'll go to freight, and I don't think there was... Oh, okay, there was some stuff. I can't remember if these fuel tanks were unlocked, but they're like European tank wagons. I think that's American, but it's only a fake one. This Russian one is weird, it only carries 6, as opposed to the old one that carried 14, so I'm not sure how that came on the go. But we've got new wagons, like this is new, these are new, there's this one, which just hauls grain. As far as boxcars go, it's all sort of American stuff. State cars, we've got a lot of these German wagons now that we could possibly use. And okay, so there is stuff. These are the two other ends in this here as well. That's just a fake gondola. I need the actual real one in order to use it, so that's kind of annoying. I'm assuming that's American. I've no idea. But if we go to multiple units as well, we'll have a quick look in here. So with the Union Pacific came on the go. These are more just for show, although they do carry tools and stuff, so we could maybe use that. The New Haven Alco, the reverse. This Gans DP 52 miles an hour. No, 52.75. So it's just the same as that. So when I come to the rework the Minsk to Amsterdam line, I'll just put one of these each on, go in each direction, and we've got this. I'm not sure if this actually is Renfrey 316 Amarillo. Reverse. Is it Mexican or Spanish? We'll find a use for it though. Not to worry. Right, so that is pretty much it. That is everything that has been done so far. I will make my way over to Scandinavia and start reworking the lines there. Some of them will stay the same, possibly this fuel line. I'll just try and make it a bit more flatter and straighter, easier for the trains. But that's it for this. It's just a little short recap episode. And if you did actually watch this and you'd like to leave a like or comment, please do. And if you'd like to see more if it's happening in the future, possibly the outcome of the map rework, which I have no idea how it's going to go yet, then hit the subscribe button. But I've been Danny Boy, and I will catch you later. Oh, one more thing. I am actually, my flight today was cancelled for going offshore, but it's been rescheduled for tomorrow. So if I go away tomorrow, I'll probably be home about Wednesday or Thursday. But I'll try and get as much of this rework done before I go. But that's been it for me, and I will catch you later.